Herzlich willkommen zurück bei Let's Play Yesterday. So hieß ja das Spiel, oder? Ja, ne?
Genau, hier ist er. Ist schon ein bisschen länger her, dass wir gezockt haben, aber jetzt geht es weiter.
Richtig.
Zuletzt waren wir mit dem Assi hier unterwegs, von dem, ja, ersten Hauptcharakter, mit dem wir gespielt haben, dem,
Dem
wie hieß der
Schlaumeier.
nochmal?
Schlaumeier Dude 1 und das ist hier Kraftprotz Dude 2.
Okay, Kraftwort Dude 2 also, und jetzt sind wir hier in diesem Aufzugsschacht, oder,
Das sieht so, also es sieht auf jeden Fall aus wie ein eingestürzter Schacht.
ja, nee, also Aufzugsschacht kann es schon mal nicht sein, weil hier
Nee.
sind viel zu viele Rohre. Auf jeden Fall, sagen wir mal, es war mal ein Zimmer und da ist der Boden weggebrochen und jetzt wollen wir natürlich...
Man kann ja sich Clues anzeigen lassen. Wo ging denn das nochmal? War das hier?
Genau, also
Da was. Ah. Okay. Also ein paar von den Rohren sind nicht kaputt gegangen, wo dieser Schacht eingestürzt ist. Haben wir irgendwas dabei, mit dem wir uns rüberhangeln können? Hier so ein Rope vielleicht, Cable. Ich glaube, das wird sowieso nichts. Ne. Müssen wir wohl mit irgendwas verbinden, ne?
schauen wir uns da erstmal ein bisschen um. Die Ziele nochmal kurz anvisieren lassen.
Master Beam. Also man könnte eventuell da dran springen und sich da festhalten. Es wird wahrscheinlich nicht brechen, aber was dann?
Ja, das
Geht das
ist
nicht
das
weiter?
Problem. Was haben wir da? Eine
Eine
tote
tote
Maus.
Ratte.
Ah, so eine Ratte, gut. Hm.
Sogar wenn sich das Aroma des Todes fasziniert. Wir lassen die Ratte hier alleine. Wegen der Hygiene. Ja, da habe ich eben schon dran geklickt. Hier ist auch noch was. Ein Eisenrohr. Man kann es nicht erreichen. So, macht ihr da einen Krach.
Du hast ja ein Kabel, ne?
Ja, ich habe irgendwie das Gefühl, man muss das vielleicht mit irgendwas verbinden, das
Ja.
mit so einem Gegengewicht.
Schau doch mal, ob man diesen roten Sicherungskasten, der rot blinkt, mit dem der grün blinkt da drüben, verbinden kann. Oder auch nicht.
Hui! Oh. Das
Toll
war
gemacht.
Das war der Hinweg. Was haben wir denn hier Schönes? Kann das mitnehmen? Oh, einen Revolver haben wir gekriegt. Nice.
Oh ja, okay.
Kugellöcher. Dann haben wir irgendwas, mit dem man das mitnehmen könnte. Badget. Ah, wir könnten den Revolver mal... Nein, nur komm. Laden. Be careful. Hm. Wir schießen auf das Rohr.
Ich bin mir nicht sicher, ob das klappt.
So far to make it. Ja, aber irgendwie.
Having trouble dragging around that fat ass, Cooper? It couldn't be because you eat too much, could it? Scumbag! Everybody look at Cooper! Ha! The fat ass who can't jump because he's so full of shit!
Ach ja, den
Eine
hab ich
reizende Person.
schon, ja, den habe ich schon ganz vergessen. Ah, hier kann man bestimmt noch irgendwas tun. Okay.
Auch wenn das jetzt scheinbar die Lösung zu sein scheint, aber ich persönlich würde sowas niemals tun.
Nee.
Die wäre mir... Genau, aus diesem Grund.
Also wir haben eine Knarre. Ich kann mir jetzt hier rein und dem Typen erstmal eine Knarre am Kopf halten. Ach ne, der ist ja gar nicht mehr hier drin.
Der armen Puppe.
Ich will den Mantel haben, das ist der Doktormantel, also ja damit.
Das ist ein ganz normaler Trenchcoat.
Ja, das ist der Doktormantel. Lass mir meine Illusion.
Nee, geh doch mal wieder diese Treppe hoch und versuch sie aufzuschießen.
Stimmt, das könnten wir gleich mal machen. So, vorsichtig wie wir können, stecken wir den Kopf um die Ecke sozusagen.
After cleansing my soul of lies of the malignant one, I have filled it with discernment and have reached a decision. The heretic Henry White shall be subjected to the judgment of God, and thereby shall be flung into the well of truth. If the rats, those diabolical beings that inhabit it, perceive traces of divine goodness in Henry White's soul, they will rise up against him, tearing into his mortal flesh with their nails and teeth until he bleeds to death. In this case, we will rejoice at having led the soul of a just man to heaven. But if on the contrary, Henry White is as diabolical as they are, they will treat him with respect. And in that case, I myself shall, with a single shot, send his abominable, detestable, and repugnant soul to hell. Nevertheless, before flinging him into the well, I shall grant him enough time to ask forgiveness of the High One and prepare his soul in peace. We pray silently for your poor soul, Henry White.
Ist das der Neues?
Das ist der Typ, der den Mantel gehört hat.
Nee, weil das vorhin sah der aus wie eine Frau gerade.
Eine Frau. Mit Kinnbart.
Ja, von hinten habe ich doch gerade gesagt,
Ach so.
das andere Bild. Was, also nicht dieses vergrößerte hier.
Okay.
Also im Großen und Ganzen soll Henry halt geopfert werden. Also der Mr. Schlauberger Dude 1. Aus irgendwelchen göttlichen Gründen.
Ja, um seine Seele zu begeben, bla bla bla, irgendwelches pseudo-religiöses Gefasel.
Richtig. Also der Gullideckel ist, der Kanalisation ist praktisch ein rattenverseuchtes Gebiet, wo Henry sterben wird, wenn wir ihn da drinnen, wenn wir ihn da zulassen, dass er da runter geht, runtergeschmissen wird.
Okay.
In Phobos.
Die scheinen sich alle einig zu sein, dass er halt untun soll.
Da hat er noch eine Knarre liegen. Können wir nicht einfach eine Kuhle in den Kopf verpassen? Hier so.
Oh, souls from paradise, look all of you upon Henry White, the heretic who tread on holy ground because he is a scumbag, right, Cooper? Now, what are you gonna do for your friend? Take a piss in the well like a sissy boy? Or are you gonna act like a man for once? Come on, shoot! You got You bastard!
Henry?
There aren't any rats. They were laughing at us. At Henry White.
What are we gonna do with them? Henry, you okay?
We're not gonna burn these ones.
Mr. White, your 6 o'clock is here. It's John yesterday.
Thank you, Lori. My compliments to your stylist. Great suit.
I picked it out, Mr. White.
Ah, then my compliments to Human Resources for hiring you.
You hired me yourself, Mr. White.
Oh, I see. Tell him to come right in, please.
Mr. White will see you now, Mr. Yesterday.
Thank you.
Come over here, John. Have a look at this sunset. My advice to you is, if in your next life you come back as a filthy rich businessman, remember to get an office with a view like this. It's the only part that's really worth it in the end.
I can't even remember what I've done in this life, Mr. White.
Henry. Call me Henry. You used to call me that.
Okay.
Ja.
Nach einem sehr verstörenden Übergang in den ja leicht wahnsinnig anmutenden neuen Henry
Ja. Ohne Brille, wohlgemerkt.
und dem scheinbar Scheintod trotz Kopfschuss von diesem Choke geht's jetzt gleich weiter.
Ja, jetzt spielen wir scheinbar wen anders oder so, oder wie, oder was?
Und zwar einen sogenannten Mr. Yesterday.
Ja. John Yesterday. Ich weiß ja nicht jetzt, ich glaube, wir spielen trotzdem immer noch hier ihn. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was nehmen wir denn mal? Family?
Ja, machen wir.
Family ist gut.
How is your mother doing?
She has a slight cold. She seems like a good person. She's been telling me a lot about my life, but I can't seem to remember anything about it. Not a thing.
Give her my best. And let me pick your brains for a moment. What has she told you? You never used to talk about yourself in the old days.
Childhood, also
Kindheit, Jugend, Liebesleben oder Sachen, die ihr gefallen haben.
Oh, die Kindheit.
What has your mother told you about your childhood?
All there is to tell. Only child, shy, few friends, obedient, athletic. I just wish I could remember.
What do you know about your youth?
I threw myself into my schoolwork. Apparently I'm smart. I have a master's in the history of religion from my mother. She's a worldwide authority on the history of satanic cults. The terrible thing is that I don't remember a single thing I learned in all those years in the university, except what was in the books you sent me in the hospital and what my mother has been telling me.
Okay.
Do you have a partner?
My mother says I had a girlfriend a long time ago. Suzanne. Now I'm single, it seems.
What has she told you about your likes?
This is strange. She told me that I never liked grapes. But the other day I tried one and it was delicious.
Interesting. To what extent are our likes and dislikes conditioned by our memories? By the way, I love grapes. Everything all right at the hospital?
Yes, of course. Thank you for taking care of the bill.
I didn't do it. My money did. Sometimes it gets tired of rotting in the bank. Tell me, John, have you managed to remember anything about your past on your own?
No. Well, sometimes I get small flashes of random images, sounds, It's happened 3 times now. Watching a movie, looking at my hand, seeing a bluebird.
Curious, isn't it? Tell me more.
Move, Hand, Bluebird. Dann fangen wir mal oben
What
an.
was it you remembered when you were watching that movie?
It took place in Paris. Suddenly, I saw, I don't know, a sort of antique shop. A girl.
Knuffig.
What came to mind when you looked at your hand?
Well, it was actually the scar on my hand. The image of a strange person appeared in my mind. Some kind of priest in a church. He was talking about killing someone. Me.
What happened when you looked at this blue bird?
It perched on the windowsill in the hospital. Suddenly I saw myself with a beard and long hair in a blizzard.
Oh, goodness, John. I haven't even offered you a chair. I'm very sorry for what happened, John. Very sorry. I can't help thinking that it's all my doing.
On the contrary, I've come here to thank you.
And to get some answers, I imagine. What do you want to know?
Identität.
I want to know who I am.
I'm not God, John. If you want to solve that mystery, go to a church and pray. I can only resolve human dilemmas.
Satanismus.
Why did you send those books on satanic cults to me in the hospital?
To help your mother re-educate you, and with an eye to a matter that we had between us. One that we still have.
White ink.
What connects me to you?
There's a lot, John. You were working for me when you tried to kill yourself. You got too involved in the investigation. You lost your perspective. Lori has the contract, by the way. Ask for her copy on your way out if you want.
Investigation.
What did my investigation consist of?
I hired you to get information about the Order of the Flesh, a satanic cult from the 15th century, in the hope that this would help us trap a present-day killer. My own investigation wasn't going anywhere.
Ja, ist bis jetzt halt nicht so viel, bis auf Fragen stellen und die kriegen wir dann beantwortet.
Ja, würde ich sagen, setzen wir das einfach in der nächsten Folge fort.
Wollen wir die Fragen nicht nur zu Ende machen?
Sicher?
Ich würde die noch zu Ende machen und dann
Dann
halt
machen wir das.
praktisch bei der nächsten Spielszene können wir dann die Folge beenden, oder?
Ja.
What had you discovered before hiring me?
The Order of the Flesh was founded in 1463 by an ex-priest named Ginés de Orduña.
Das kannst du im Leben nicht aussprechen.
What was the Order of the Flesh about?
We know very little. They worshipped the devil and combined alchemy with torture in search of God knows what, until the Inquisition began to persecute them.
Did the Inquisition put a stop to the Order of the Flesh?
In 1498, when it seemed like Cardinal Cisneros, the Grand Inquisitor, had them cornered, they disappeared from the map. They evaporated. No one knows how or to where.
Oh, liebe Güte, wie viel Investigation hat er denn
What did
gemacht?
I find out?
You started doing some research in the archives at the University of Salamanca in Spain, and you found something curious. A missive from the guard Captain Miguel de Somosierra to Cardinal Cisneros, written on the 31st of August, 1501.
Tell me about this killer.
He's been killing hobos for years. First he only burned them, but then his modus operandi evolved.
What led you to link him to this cult?
At a certain point, he started carving a sort of Y into the bodies of his victims, the symbol of the Order of the Flesh.
How did the hobo killer evolve?
He stopped burning his victims and started torturing them using satanic rituals.
Why are you so interested in capturing him?
For a time, I worked as a volunteer in an NGO called the Children of Don Quixote. They help the homeless. Over the years, I stopped working with them because there's something that can help them more than I can. My money. It's been covering all their expenses since my parents died and I took over White Enterprises. I'm not going to allow anyone to keep attacking these people, John. And you're going to help me.
Ich weiß nicht, ob der jetzt einfach nur erwachsener geworden ist oder wirklich böse, weil er macht mir irgendwie so einen Eindruck, als ob er halt irgendwie ein bisschen durchgeknallt wäre.
Hat so einen leichten Hannibal Lecter
Ja.
Charakter.
What did the letter say?
He stated that on that very morning his troops had traveled to the temple where they suspected the Order was meeting, that they went in and interrupted a demonic ritual, that they killed all its members without mercy, and that finally they burned the church, reducing it to rubble and the ashes of satanic cadavers.
The letter didn't say anything else?
Yes, the captain congratulated him for the tip that led them to the temple. Literally, he said, "Thankfully your excellency saw the relationship between the Order of the Flesh and the holy cathedral of Our Lady of Paris that led us to reveal the evil in an apparently holy church."
Why did you hire me?
I hired your mother first, John, but after a while she came to a dead end. I didn't know where to go from there. She said that if anyone could get further, it would be you.
What relationship is there between Notre Dame and the Order?
That was the next and final step in your investigation. Paris.
What did I find out in Paris?
I don't know. You disappeared there for 15 days. When you finally called, you were very distressed. You told me that you found something very important and that you couldn't tell me over the telephone. So I flew to Paris.
Why didn't I tell you what I found out?
Because when I arrived at your hotel, you had attempted suicide. You were dying. You had swallowed mercury. Plus, you had cut your hand, drawing the symbol of the Order of the Flesh on your skin. It looked like a Y.
Ja, no, jetzt kannst du auch mal langsam.
How did you know it was a suicide?
You left a note. Forgive me, Henry, but to get to the bottom of this, first I must die. Now you know everything, John. Talk to Laurie.
Have her give you your tickets.
What tickets?
Ah, did I forget to mention that? You're leaving for Paris this afternoon. That's okay with you, right?
Yeah, Henry. I need to know who I am.
Exactly, John. Your father would be proud of you.
Okay, interessant.
Ja, sehr viele
He
Informationen.
just went in.
You're sure the suite does not bring back any memories, Monsieur Yesterday?
No, I'm sorry.
Dommage. Well, call me if you need anything at all. Dinner with adult entertainment. You get my drift? Blonde, brunette, bold, black, white, young, oldies, sex spots, fat ladies, dwarves, hussies, spinsters, natural, surgically enhanced, clean or filthy. And 10% discount if I get to watch. Okay?
Thank you, Albert. I'll keep it in mind.
Okay.
Gut, dann machen wir hier den Cut, würde ich sagen. Und
Genau.
dann sehen wir uns in der nächsten Folge wieder. Bis dahin.
Tschüss.
Tschüss.